And happy Monday, folks. We're on to speed round. Who would win? I think 22. I think that's the one we're on now. I didn't actually check, but I know we're in the 20s now. I want to say it's 22. I'll correct it if I need to. And for our speed round, as always, we have 6 options. So stressed. Let's just get it going. Starting off with Victoria Doom, who asked the question, who would win a fight, Ethan Hunt or Nathan Drake? Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible franchise, Nathan Drake from the Uncharted franchise. And for me, this is a pretty obvious answer. Ethan Hunt's going to win this. The reason for that is, while Nathan Drake certainly is lucky as hell and does have some skill, he's certainly not. He's a good marksman. He's got some combat abilities, and he's surprisingly resilient. Ethan Hunt is a trained operative. We're talking about a fight, either to the death or to whoever submits. Ethan Hunt is a trained CIA, MIF, Mission Impossible operative. Like, he would beat his ass in a heartbeat. Pretty much anything Drake can do, Ethan can do better. Ethan can just do it better. We've seen him do far more physicality than Drake, just because Tom Cruise is a madman. But yeah, I would definitely probably have to go with Ethan for that fight. Then, coming to us from Mr. TA? Mr. TM? Either way, Mr. T. You asked the question, who would fight Luke Cage, obviously comic Luke Cage, versus kid/teen Goku? Now, keep in mind, I'm not talking about a grown-up adult Goku. I'm talking about teen Goku or kid Goku. And if we're going by that logic, I gotta go Luke Cage. Now, why do I gotta go Luke Cage? Well, even though Goku, by the time he was a kid, like the oldest we can go get him to until he's an adult, young adult, would be right after the Piccolo saga and training with Popo. Even though he's fast enough to actually dodge lightning, he's capable of creating after images. He's strong enough to lift boulders, and even throw a Kamehameha, which is exceedingly powerful. Then you do have the chance of Ozaru. Unfortunately, Goku's physicality at this point in time just isn't up to snuff with Luke Cage's. Luke Cage can literally survive a bomb dropping on him without any difficulty. It would take something as strong as vibranium or adamantium to pierce his skin. The man is literally, and he's not like a true martial artist, although he does know some styles. More like a boxer, street fighter, but he's still a skilled hand-to-hand fighter as well. So even though Goku is the faster and can just disappear in an instant, it's just a matter of tagging him. Even Goku doing Kamehameha at this point in time, he's not even as strong as Roshi blowing up the moon at this point in time. Like, Roshi had to go into his buff form, which is much, much, much more powerful than his base form that we see. Or the form that Goku fought, at any rate. And to blow up the moon. And quite frankly, Goku, as far as we know, unless he's an Ozaru, doesn't have that power at this point. So, yeah, granted, Luke would probably take the hit and be like, ugh, all right, I gotta admit, that hurt, kid. Comes in and says, hey, Goku, maybe just, that's the other problem. Goku would have hit this guy and be like, maybe break his hand. So Kid Goku, I think, unfortunately gets. Now, if we're dealing with adult Goku, Dragon Ball Saga, then I'm going with Goku, because at that point he surpassed Roshi. We know he could blow up a planet, or at least blow up the moon at that point if he absolutely had to. So at that point, yes, I then would go. Would it be a hard fought win though? Because physically, Luke Cage still trumps Goku. But the Kamehameha that Goku would deliver from that shot would be enough to put Luke Cage down, at least knock his ass out. But here, Kid Goku, I think, loses. Luke Cage gets the win. Then, coming to us from, and this was an interesting one, coming to us from Marcus Kane. Midnight from My Hero Academia versus Poison Ivy. And interesting, because they're kind of both femme fatale type characters. That's at least Midnight's shtick as a hero. Her quirk, I can't remember the name of it, allows her to secrete a gas from her skin that knocks people out. And obviously Poison Ivy is famous for using poisons, gases, things along those lines to entice, ensnare, and mind control people. Well, with this fight, the problem immediately comes down to one of these individuals has immunity to the other's quirk, or ability, I should say. Poison Ivy is immune to all poisons, diseases, and toxins. That is in her ability list. Now, you might say, well, Midnight can still fight her with her web, like hand-to-hand she went. Well, in many incarnations has her being A, a skilled gymnast, and B, being able to literally manipulate mutated plant life. So if we're doing that with Poison Ivy, which to be fair, we'd be maxing Poison Ivy out, because that's the only fair way to go about it. unless they're doing a certain version of her, then yeah, she's basically gonna beat Midnight to a pulp, unfortunately, because unlike Ivy, Midnight's not immune to any toxin that Ivy throws out, at least as far as we know. So that's not in her power roster as far as I'm aware. So yeah, I would definitely go with Poison Ivy on that one. Then coming to us from Mr. Darkholm and Nita, we're getting ready for Halloween here coming up. Freddy Krueger versus Bill Cipher. Now, normally with a Freddy Krueger fight, I say, well, what about in the real world and what about in the dream world? Here, it's actually irrelevant. Obviously, in the real world, he's getting erased. In the dream world, he's also at a complete disadvantage because Bill is someone who can actually, who can literally fight with his soul and protect his soul from people invading his body and invading his world and his mind. And this is a guy who is a universal, if not possibly multiversal level threat. I don't know if it's ever been truly said where Bill's full power lies, although I think it is somewhere kind of in the more multiversal range, at least low multiversal. So, yeah, Bill's just going to clap Freddy. Like, there's no question there in my mind. Then coming to us from Abo Sava, we have the question of who would win in a fight. Lucifer Morningstar versus Pennywise, the dancing clown. And again, this is a scenario the problem with Pennywise comes very apparent with a lot of these fights with him, is that he's a big fish in a relatively small pond. The problem, at least small compared to other universes, you compare the Stephen King multiverse, which is really the Macroverse outside of our universe, to any of the Marvel or DC pantheons or universes, it is tiny. It's our universe with an extra layer over it. That's basically what it is. Some things notwithstanding. Whereas you literally have 9 infinite multiverses, outerversals, all of that, plus the same universe. And Lucifer Morningstar is noted to be, in the DC universe, the second strongest individual there is. The only one who outranks him is the Presence, who is the de facto god of DC. But any of the Endless, Dream, Death, all that, he's stronger than him. Darkseid, he makes mincemeat out of him. Batman laughs. The World Forger, Superman, no. Lucifer Morningstar basically spits on all these guys. Well, no. He offers them some wine, they reject it, and then he turns them into a frog. And so basically, yeah. But no, seriously, Pennywise is not... Lucifer is not a good matchup for Pennywise in the least. He look at the cloud saying, amusing, but unfortunately I don't have any birthdays going on, so you're going to have to leave. And I said, leave. And look, the Lucifer we get in the CW show, well, it's the Fox show turned to the Netflix show that we get in the show, is, by all accounts, this Lucifer. He is not portrayed anywhere near as powerful as this Lucifer, but he is, in fact, this Lucifer. So, yeah, like, he literally has just about every power you can think of. And Pennywise, he wouldn't even be afraid of Pennywise. The Deadlights, he's a goddamn angel. He's one of the first angels. He's an archangel. He's the devil. Or he was the devil, at any rate. Like, there's no way the Deadlights, he's just going to look at the Deadlights like, kind of Penny, boom, I'm going to put you in a lamp. I'm like, what? No! Just put him on his wall. Yeah, Pennywise is going to get his teeth kicked in by this guy. And so last but not least, we have from Julian C. Question of who wins in a fight. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. King Kong versus Jason Voorhees. This is an irrelevant fight no matter which version of Jason you're using. Kind of like when I did Jason, I think, versus Godzilla. There's no version of Jason that beats even the weakest version of Kong. Okay. Let me track that a little bit. The smallest version of Kong is the Peter Jackson Kong. Still a very large animal, but small enough that maybe, just maybe, but maybe Uber Jason, because of his durability and enhanced strength, might be able to pull something out of his ass. I'm pulling at straws here for that one. But yeah, no, there's just, Jason's not designed to be going up against kaiju. I don't know why some of you guys ask him to put him against kaiju. any Kaiju versus Jason fights are immediately going into the speed round because it's kind of a stomp, literally. Or it's a atomic breath, or it's just a toss and goodbye. Like Jason would be basically stabbing him with his machete in the hand, calling like, and just tosses him. So yeah, and if that, I don't want to hear. Let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase the sentence. Look, if you're going to be that person, and I remember this person. I don't know if I remember their name, but I remember this person who said that Jason is an omniversal threat. I looked up that statement. That's a bullshit statement. The wiki is specifically designed to make it specifically says all our wikis are trash. This is the real wiki. And so either you're an admin or you didn't read that and didn't realize that you're an admin for that wiki, or you didn't realize that that's what that you didn't read like the fine print on that. Or you don't care and just want to push your own narrative, which I don't know what to say on that. That's stupid. But I digress. So yeah, no, Jason's not omniversal. I have no idea where anyone anywhere got that idea from and decided to make a wiki about it. So yeah, Jason would get stomped by Kong, in my opinion. Regardless, that's your 6 for this speed round. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Honestly, at 11 minutes, I probably could have added a couple more onto here. But there's only so much room for me to write on here. Maybe not. I've already, maybe for the next 3, 3 actually. No, yeah, it'd be 3. October, November, December. Maybe the next 3 speed rounds, I'd have a 7th one on there just to lengthen out the video a little bit. Until then, it'll also help me get through a couple more suggestions too. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you for the next one.